DynamicCardStore.com to get the cards. Icons, legends aiming at the stars. Hursty at checkout to save your points. Now your bank account won't be staying empty. DynamicCardStore.com. Use code Hursty. Go on.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to another squad building video. Today I'm going to show you a squad that I've put together to help you use some of these new Irish cards that you might want to do in the milestone objectives. Now you may not know what I'm talking about. If you don't, there is a new Connolly from it's Brighton, a new Hendrick from Newcastle, and a new Horgan from Wycombe Wanderers that have all been released into FIFA 21. There is also an SBC Doherty that's come out, the right back from Spurs, and I'm also going to try and include him into the team as well. I'm going to show you a little squad builder you can do that's going to cost you at face value about 100k, and I'm doing it in air quotes because there is a slight little tweak as to why it will be more expensive than that, but the base of the squad I'm going to show you is 100,000 coins with the option of 3 players that you can put in that you have a fair bit of freedom with. Just to kind of touch on that very quickly first, the goalkeeper, left centre-back and right centre-back can basically be who you want as long as the left centre-back gets at least 1 link, and we'll talk about that when we get nearer to it. But I'm going to show you the rest of the team. I'm going to show you the players that add up to about 100k, and in all honesty, only one of those players is going to cost you anything, and that is actually going to be the right back, and that is because that right back is going to be the Doherty card. For those who don't know, this is an SBC. This guy is currently sat at, it says on PlayStation, it says he's sat at 91,000 coins right now to complete his SBC, and realistically I think this guy looks very, very good. I think he looks pretty darn usable, and especially if you look to run that 3-5-2 meta or the 5 at the back kind of thing, this guy will be very good at getting forwards and backwards. He's got the good work rates for that. To have 4-star weak foot on a fullback as well is actually quite nice, but the card itself looks pretty darn decent. 98 stamina, which is fantastic too, again, if you're playing that, but I also think he will be a decent right back, just standard right back. If you put him on step back while attacking, and as long as he doesn't get too adventurous and too out of the pitch, I think he'll be okay. I would suggest a shadow card for him just to get that defensive awareness and everything just up, to make sure he stays back and everything too. For me, that is an important stat, by the way. If you're looking for a right back that stays back a lot, you need to make sure they've got decent defensive awareness, because that has helped me in the past with him staying back, or with players staying back in the fullback position. But Doherty is the first player we're going to look at. He's going to go straight into that team. Going off to the right mid position, a player that's going to link straight to him is going to be Horgan, the new card that is from Wycombe Wanderers. So he's going to go straight into the team as well, and he will obviously get the link to him as the right back, into Doherty. Obviously, it's only a soft link, but again, not a bad looking card. I will say straight off the bat, out of all 3 of the new cards added, I think this is possibly the best one, and that is mainly down to the 4-star. One thing I'll say about Connolly is I'm fairly sure he's a 3-star. Hendrick, to be fair, for a CDM doesn't look too bad anyway, but yeah, I think Horgan looks decent. I think he's got a nice little card. For me personally, I'm putting a Hunter card onto him just to boost his shooting and everything, because his shooting is a tad low, and you know, if you're going to be getting into an attacking position, you want someone with a little bit more than 79 shooting. But for a free card, again, I don't think it's the end of the world. Linking with him is going to be somebody we did just talk about, and that is the Connolly card, and that is because, again, minus the 3-star, which I'm fairly sure he's got, yeah, 3-star. That's the only stinker on this card. Otherwise, this card doesn't look too bad at all. I think it's a fairly decent and fairly good looking card, minus his passing. For me, that is the one stinker with this card. The passing is quite low. Now, a big part of that is because he's got bad crossing, bad free kick accuracy. Those are 2 important things. The one stat that I look at there, and I'm not a big fan of, is the low curve. That is the only stinker with that card. The fact he's got 25 defending as well, I don't think he knows what defending is, but that's okay. Again, at the end of the day, it's a free card. I think it's a fun and interesting card. I'm not going to sit here and say I think it's the most meta card ever, but I'm fairly happy that we got these cards anyway. It's good that we got something for St. Patrick's Day. I was gutted. I was worried that we weren't going to get anything. But Connolly's going to go in, and he's going to start off as our right cam position, but he will probably go striker in game for you. And to get the last game, I'm sure you guys were expecting him to come in as well. Anyway, it's going to be Hendrick coming in up next. He's going to come into the team. and go in that middle centre mid spot. That is Hendricks, Tom. That is the wrong guy. But again, I think this guy's got a half decent looking card. I can't lie to you. I don't think his card looks terrible. As a CDM, again, a hunter card. Sorry, not a hunter, a shadow card. And he actually goes Hullet Gang anyway. But his card, I think, is pretty darn decent. Again, decent enough defensive awareness. So he's going to be staying in a decent enough position. Plus, when that's boosted with the shadow chem style, I think he's going to be doing even better. And the pace going up to like 85, obviously, it just makes him a fairly decent looking guy. He's quite tall. I think he's about 6 foot. Yeah, he's 6 foot, which is not too bad. I partner him up with somebody half decent size next to him, which in this team we do just that. And he's going to be a pretty darn good card. 90 stamina as well. He can kind of be a box to box or a stay back while attacking kind of guy. But I think honestly this card looks decent. Him and, like I said, him and Horgan I think are the better of the three. And Connolly I think is a little bit behind them, but I don't think he's a bad or terrible card by any stretch of the imagination. And then the other players are going to be players that I'm sure you guys will have seen, and I know for a fact I've used in other squad builders as well. We won't go into too much depth with them because I'm sure you guys will have seen them before. We've got Henry coming in at the left back spot. Then we have got Sinclair coming in as a left mid. Lerma will be coming in as a cam on that left-hand side, with Josh King coming in as a striker. Now, obviously, you've got plenty of other options with championship cards and stuff too. If you manage to do the Rooney, you can try and fit the Rooney card into there, but it would mean that King would probably have to change. But if you had Rooney and Armstrong, also not bad ideas. Again, I think Rooney would come in for Lerma and Armstrong would go at striker. Rooney would probably play a box-to-box centre mid for me, and I'd make sure that Hendrick then is staying back while attacking. But if you're wanting an outright CDM, I think this is the better way to go, because I think the Lerma playing at CDM will be much better for you. Obviously, if you convert him to a cam, he will be okay. Him and Connolly are both on 6 chem, which is a slight stinker, I will be honest with you. It's slightly annoying that they are off chemistry, but there's not too much you can do about it. One thing you can do with this as well, and I will say this outright, you can start off with Hendrick at centre-back and start him here. And have him as a CDM at centre-back, and then you'd have to get in someone like Keane, the icon Keane that is. I know a lot of people run Keane, so that would be a viable idea and method for you, but I'm going to show you the way that I've set it up at least, so that everything runs smoothly. By the way, this team with loyalty and everything, everyone, you know, you are on 100 chemistry, just to very quickly clarify, but you do have 2 players on 6 chem, again, and people will often tell me and remind me of this, I am not the biggest fan of players off chemistry, but I think that this is a cool, unique team, and for it to cost relatively cheap, basically the price of Doherty, I don't think it's bad at all. Going into these last 3 players, these can now be whoever you want. Any Premier League players of your choice. The only, as I say, catch with that is that this left centre-back must have a link to somebody. So they either have to be an English player from the Premier League, so like a Joe Gomez to get that link to Henry, and then the rest of his links are soft links anyway. They need to be a Newcastle or Irish player to link with Hendricks, or they just need a green link with either your goalkeeper or your other centre-back. I guess the player that I think most people would probably like gravitate towards would be the Joe Gomez, any form of Joe Gomez. People could play an off chemistry, you know, like a Wan-Bissaka or a Kyle Walker. I would say Joe Gomez is the sensible choice. He's not a massively expensive card, and he is a very good card anyway. So I would say that is the sensible choice. And then your keeper and right centre-back can be whoever you want. A player that I was looking at a little bit and was kind of, you know, a little bit interested in seeing his card, because it could just be me. I think I completely missed this guy coming out, but I think his card actually looks half decent when I was looking through things to put in. This Soyuncu card actually looks okay. It's a little bit slow, but again, with a shadow on him, he goes up to like 80 plus pace, which isn't the end of the world for a centre-back, and he has like 79 acceleration, which isn't too bad anyway. But yeah, he looks a half decent card, so I kind of threw him in as a bit of a concept for no real reason other than I just thought it was an interesting looking card. And then your keeper can be anyone. You can go with a Pope, an Areola, you might have done the Hart SBC, you might use Edison, Lloris. It's basically any Premier League keeper of your choice. I'll throw in somebody that I think is a half decent little keeper and gets a little bit overlooked, and that's Info Martinez. Again, I'm not saying to go directly and buy this card. I'm not saying that at all. But yeah, that's just an interesting little back two that you could use. Obviously, Joe Gomez is a little bit standard. But again, let's say you didn't want to use Joe Gomez and you wanted to use the Soyuncu. If you had Schmeichel in goal, you could go ahead and use Soyuncu. He'll be on 10 chem then. But yeah, you can see the chemistry is on 87 right now. It is on 100 with everyone being... you know, the loyalty and or a manager and stuff and everything, so you're all good then, and when you convert the players to the right positions. But this is just an interesting little team, and I just thought I'd put this together. Hopefully you guys would enjoy it. Gives you an idea of how you could potentially use these cards, the new cards that have come out. If you are wanting them all to be on 10 chemistry, if you go with a slightly different formation, if you were to maybe rock like a I can't think of the name of the formation now, like a 4-3-2-1. So you've got the left forward, right forward. If you've got Horgan at that right forward spot and you have Hendricks in the middle centre mid spot, all you need is a Premier League left hand side and some Championship links on that right hand side. However, the one thing I will say, the only stickler with that, the Championship right backs aren't the best. So to get Lerma on chemistry, you have to use a Bournemouth player at either right centre back or at right back. And as a slight spoiler, there aren't any that are particularly fantastic. So just bear that one in mind if you're looking to then try and build this kind of team. But again, this was just something a little bit different that hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Let me know if there's any changes or things you'd make to this team. If you think there's a way that you can use sort of the players I've used and I've maybe missed out on a formation that gets everyone on 10 chem, then please do let me know. Let me know in the comment section. I'm always happily like sharing these ideas, but I'm also more than happy for you guys to go, oh, by the way, if you've done this, you'd have got more chemistry. Let me know. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoy it. Make sure you leave a like if you did. Comment down below again with any tweaks you'd make. Of course, sub if you're new to the channel. Make sure you turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video, or indeed go live with a live stream. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash those hands.
What?
In a bit.
Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, we'll say hello. Entertained, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know. Hursty.